The time is 5:32 p.m. Roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Here.
Mrs. Dean.
Here.
Mrs. Johnson is absent. Mrs. Martin is on her way. Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Osowski. The chair is here. Mr. Barajas.
Here.
Oh, this is like your last official
No, he said
meeting.
he's hanging out through June.
You gonna do the June meeting? Yes, okay.
2 June meetings.
Awesome. I was like, wait. All right, if we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, it is in that corner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will move on to President's remarks. As per usual, please place all cell phones on silent. I say that to myself too. And welcome. I know why we have a lot of people here, but I love it when we have a lot of people here. So welcome, welcome. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda of the May 4th, 2026 regular board meeting as presented? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0. Call to the audience, public participation regarding agenda items. I don't see anybody jumping forward, so I'm gonna. Yes, I don't think I have it. Thank you. That's what I was looking to see if I had it. Thank you so very much. All right. One moment. All right. Presentations, there are none. I like that. Student representative communication, Axel.
Okay, so I'd like to start off with highlighting one of our students that are currently here. So Valea Birch, a senior and member of the symphonic band, auditioned at Wayne State University in hopes to join their College of Fine Arts and Performing Arts. Following a year of intensive preparation, she auditioned in front of the university's director of bands for both the wind ensemble and the marching band. She also had to pass an interview with the CFPA's music education director. We are happy to announce that Valea was accepted into the College of Fine and Performing Arts. She also received a full ride scholarship from Wayne State University. She will be focusing on a career in music education and plans to also join the Wayne State University marching band.
Yeah, all right. Good job. Good job.
Friday, April 4th, Early College held their career fair, which was very nice. We had grades from 7th to 12th grade, which everyone learned, helped them prepare for future careers they'd like. Hope Squad were planning a field trip to Helping Hearts, Horses, and Equine Therapy stable to see the work they do, and Ariana Iverson was chosen to sit on the Hope Squad National Council out of 150 nominees. She will represent Redford Union and the state of Michigan. Symphonic Band concert will be held at May 18th in the high school gym. We also have our first home boys volleyball game tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the high school gym.
Thank you. Moving on to interim superintendent's communications, Mrs. Nachman.
Okay, we have quite a few things today, and Valea, I just want to let you know that we found out about your great honor on the later side, so you're going to have to come back to another board meeting to receive your recognition for that, okay? All right. So we have a few groups of students. We have one group of student and then a couple other students we would like to recognize for some outstanding achievement this year. And first up, I'm going to call up Miss Samoyedny. Miss Samoyedny is our band director at both the junior high and the high school, and I believe, is this your 7th year? 8.5. 8.5. I hired her, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
A long time ago, and she has really worked hard to grow our band. They had to stop competing for a little bit because our band was small, and she had to really work hard to recruit students and build up the band. And I think last year was your first year back in competition season?
Yes, so for the Redford Union Symphonic Band, we, okay, so I don't have to yell?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. So for our Redford Union Symphonic Band, they have not been in the festival realm since the last award I saw was in 2015. So in that realm, you have to make sure certain measures are made. You have to make sure you have proper instrumentation, otherwise like deductions just instantly occur. So we did a lot of growth before we brought them back. Last year was our first time back in the competitive realm. This year we went back again to the Downriver Band and Orchestra Festival, where our students were judged with 3 judges from the MSBOA realm, which is another highly competitive like musical field. They were given critiques on the stage, and they worked with those judges, and they received a higher score than they received last year, which also still was in part of our Division I rating, but they received over an 85% out of 100. So you start at 100 and you go down. So today we do have 5 of our members here today. We have Zyron, we have Tremaine, we have Donovan, who has been our head drum major for 4 years in the marching band, and then we also have Valea, and then we have Axel as well, who's been one of our drum majors as well. 2 flute players, these two are also planning on going for music in the future. So we have a lot of very strong musicians in our school district, and we keep growing our official programs at 120 members in both 7th through 12th grade. So.
I love getting to do this because I'm a band mama, a retired band mama. This is just a certificate of achievement, recognition from the district for your wonderful achievement.
Thank you so
I'm a firm proponent of recognizing our arts as well as our athletes.
Yes. And our members love you guys also, too.
And we love you.
Yeah. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next student we would like to recognize is Tatum Moore, and I believe Mr. Les Meister, our athletic director, is here.
So we're just going to highlight a couple of our student athletes here, one of them being Tatum Moore, class of 2027. Tatum had an outstanding year, earning a spot on the 2026 MHSA Division II state semifinalist in the 190-pound weight division. Wow. He achieved all state honors with an impressive 49 wins this season. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you are the second only to ever make it to the semifinals from Redford Union. Wow. So really good. His success isn't limited to the mat. He was all conference, not only in wrestling, but also football, showcasing his dedication and versatility when it comes to different sports. More important, in the classroom, Tatum continues to excel with a remarkable 4.4556 GPA. So not only did it on the field, but also in the classroom, so really good. Tatum's only a junior, so we're looking forward to seeing what we can do next year. So Tatum Moore, congratulations. Man. Sorry, I didn't. You want to take it out, Tatum?
Thank you.
And then Tatum,
We also have a certificate for you as well, signed by myself, the board president, recognizing your hard work and your achievements, and we appreciate you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Next up, the Olympics, right?
Yes.
And then WWE.
WWE next.
You don't David was on Olympics, and now he's WWE. Well, he's old, he's retired, but.
And next up, we have Nixon Flowers.
Coach Justin wrote this for you. I don't know how many years he's been coaching you, but he just said, "It's my pleasure to recognize Nixon Flowers, who has put together an outstanding bowling season through hard work, consistency, and determination. This year, Nixon finished with an impressive 177 average, a testament to his dedication and steady performance throughout the season. He was one of the 3 boys picked as all-conference in the Western Wayne Athletic Conference. At the regional tournament, he competed against 68 bowlers and finished 5th overall. Wow. That's pretty awesome. So that's an incredible accomplishment that earned him a well-deserved spot in the Division II MHSA Singles State Tournament. His success is a reflection of not only his skill, but also his focus, resilience, and commitment to improvement. We are proud of everything you have accomplished this season, and we're excited to see what the future holds. Congratulations, Nixon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So we also have a certificate. That average is about 100 points better than mine, so good.
So I would just like to congratulate all of our students, their coaches, their directors. It's nice to have you here and talk about good business, because this is what our business is, all of you. So congratulations again. And you guys don't have to stay for a board meeting. You are welcome to stay, but if you would like to leave, you can do that at this time. It's up to you. I'm giving you that out. Not you, Mrs. Sims. Not you.
I'm getting closer.
Yeah, you have to stay.
You dropped things.
Thanks for coming.
I know. Man, now I gotta talk to the same old people.
I thought everybody would stay.
Right. Don't they want to stay and learn the inner workings of the board? I miss the days when it was part of government requirement. I don't know why we took that away.
Because we were failing kids at
Oh, no. Okay.
That warmed my heart.
Mine too. I love it. It's beautiful. I love it.
Okay, now I'm going to go off script from the agenda just a bit because
Don't make me dabble.
Brad,
That was her teacher voice.
just use my teacher voice on you, Brad.
It was like,
So there were a few other things that came up that I wanted to make sure got addressed tonight that aren't on the agenda. But first is, Friday was National Principals Day. And I don't know if you know this, but I think we have the best in Wayne County, at least. At least.
please, I think the whole state.
And so we wanted to take an opportunity tonight to just recognize our principals in this district, because nothing, you guys, along with our teachers, just make everything happen. And we are so honored that you choose to work with us and do the work you do, and our kids and our teachers and our whole staff are very fortunate to have you leading them every day. So with that,
You're getting flowers.
no, Mike isn't getting flowers. Mrs. Sims. Mike, we have. Mr. Taylor, we didn't want to give you girly flowers.
You give me gray hairs, that's all I could ask for.
Mrs. Sims, can you take Mrs. Peterson? Mrs. Peterson isn't here tonight because her son was one of the top students in his graduating class, so she is at school having a special recognition for her
Oh,
son.
good for her. Yeah. that's
Miss
awesome.
Nickel. Thank you. Mrs. Birch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mrs. Robertson. Thank you. You're very welcome. Mrs. Jane. You're welcome. Mrs. Banks. And my favorite doctor. Dr. Lindsay. You're welcome. What'd she say? And then, we'll do those at the end of these. So moving on to our staff members of the month. From the Keeler Administration Building, Miss Amanda Marable. Amanda has a strong work ethic and is always willing to help. Her kindness and genuine care create a positive environment. And she will never leave the building until I do, which is nuts. We have to kick her out. From Beach Elementary School, we have Nick Olson, our music teacher. And there's a lot here, so he...
And it's repeated, if it makes you feel better.
It is twice.
They're the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. He's been a shining light twice. And
Looks like.
yeah. He plays a lot of ukulele. My son's fifth grade teacher used to play the ukulele as they came in the room. Eats lunch or during the whatever. He plays the ukulele while the kids eat lunch and in the hallway. He has great performance etiquette and plans amazing concerts to spotlight all of our students. And he is very enthusiastic. And unfortunately, he's had to resign this year because he and his wife are relocating out of state. And so that is unfortunate.
To get a divorce to say, we talked about it. They have a 1-year-old. But we had her for borrowed time. His
That's right, we knew.
PhD,
Oh.
and, so she had to go where the college was. He will be missed.
Yes. From Hilbert Elementary, we have Mercy Jones, third grade teacher.
Awesome.
She's always going above and beyond, supporting not only her students, but many other students in the building. And she's planning wonderful field trip experiences for our students. And I just want to say that I believe Mrs. Birch will agree that Mercy is one of our teachers who has totally transformed her teaching since working with the Ron Clark Academy and getting able to visit there. So it's brought new life to Miss Jones, which is awesome. From Redford Union Junior High, we have Laura Bowers, one of our math teachers. Laura goes above and beyond to accommodate her students and meet them where they are at. She is flexible, but has high expectations. She teaches math in a fun way that is relatable to students. From the high school, we have Brianna Thayer, one of our English teachers. She is always going above and beyond for her students. Keeler Center, we have Ann Holland, who's one of our educational assistants, and they said Ann is very helpful and nice. And I used to work with Ann as an educational assistant way back when I was a teacher at Stuckey. She was a lunch monitor and then an educational assistant. And at McGowan, it's the Marable Family Night. Andre Marable, our Dean of Students at Veritas. Andre cares so much about the students and is always there to help and support them. He goes above and beyond for all the students in our program. That Marable family, we have 3 of them who work in the district, and they are just just outstanding people. We're very fortunate. Moving on to our brag book. You guys know who you are, so you can do your thing.
So Beach and over, but we had our kindergarten roundup. We found, that the sweet spot is gonna be like August to do that. Not a lot of our families enroll right away at being at open enrollment, but we got a small but mighty group in. And students and families learned about kindergarten, walked away with and they all got a t-shirt that says "Be Kindergarten Where You Belong." And we have those ready to go for all the new students who register and come for the fall. So every kindergartner will start the year with a "Where You Belong" t-shirt. So it's really exciting.
I know
They had a
it.
good time. It was great. We had a PBIS celebration. If you have 3 or less office referrals and no suspensions from like December to April 13th, you got to join us for an ice cream sundae party. 85% of our students qualified for that, which is awesome. And we had a really nice time. One student who has never qualified for a single incentive in the time that he's been from kindergarten on has had like long-term suspension, has just really, really struggled. Have put some really great things in place for him, and he was able to earn this for the first time. And it was, out of everybody, that was my favorite. So it's an exciting thing for him. And he looked forward to it, so it's great. Earth Day happened, and students in our kindergarten and first grade classrooms spent time cleaning up outside. They learned how to reduce, reuse, and recycle prior to the cleanup, and then they would put those skills to use, asking the teachers, is this a recycle, or what it was. So they put them into different containers, and they helped clean up the front of the building, which was really nice. We had a couple events recently where the communications team thought, hey, we should invite the media, and then they showed up, which is always beautiful to get positive stuff. Sometimes they're a surprise when they come, like the House is a Bindi event, but we hosted an evening to give back to our community. Students that were sorted into House is a Bindi were invited to put care bags together to donate to homeless shelters in the area. The bags included food items, self-care items, as well as a note of encouragement written by our students, and there's a link to it that you guys can watch later if you want. And then we had our second house competition of the year. We're getting into it, right? Half of our building is sorted, and so we are excited about how that's going. We have one more this year, and we're going to invite all of our students in the building so that K-3 can cheer the 4-6 on, and they can see a little bit about what it looks like and what it means. So we're excited about that. And WWJ came out for that as well, and there's a link to that information in the next page of the slide. Then you can watch at a later time.
Oh, sorry. Good job.
Jill.
Okay.
All right, so kindergarten roundup happened at Redford too, and we had 19 kids show up, so that was awesome. We gave away backpacks to our kids that had some things for them to use over the summer. So we had magnetic letters, and we had a book where they're practicing writing their alphabet, and the book the night before kindergarten. So they'll have a little packet of things that they can use over summer to prepare. And they took some pictures, they were so adorable. We are lucky to have the GSRP classes at Hilbert, and so some of our students are coming from there. All right, house activities. We've had a fantastic month of house activities. Our Amistad House created encouraging notes for all of the students in grades 3 through 6. They wrote a personal message on them, and we taped them on the lockers for them as they were beginning to empty up. Then we had the Reward House that, out of the blue, gave treats for our staff. They walked around with a snack cart with only blue snacks on it. It was fun though. They had some blue drinks and popcorn in the blue packages, so they said, out of the blue, we wanted to celebrate you, and it made our teachers' Monday a little less blue. So that was sweet. Our house leaders went around with the cart, so there they are pictured. Then we wrapped up the month with our competition day, and they had so much fun. We played knocking the cup off the noodle, and then we did the human hungry hippo. So it was lots of fun, and it's just our teachers compete too, so it helps create the relationships between the staff and the students. All right, we had our PBIS ice cream party too. We had 395 of our 450 students participate, so that was wonderful and amazing, and you can see they enjoyed it quite a bit.
going on in our school that night. They could do bingo for books with their family, then they had literacy games, or they had created a Ferris wheel on pipe cleaners and some bookmarks, so you can see. And then they had time to read with their families too in our media center. It was an amazing night. They have lots of fun with them. Thank you.
Mrs. Sims?
All right, so we had at the junior high school, we had a celebration for our NWEA kids in 8th grade. They hosted breakfast in Miss Kuka's room, so the top 3 in each class. The kids were very, very excited to be recognized, and we got to go upstairs and join them for breakfast, and they just really loved the fact that they got to skip first hour, eat, and be recognized. So, sorry, this is the first time I'm seeing it, so. Oh, we took a field trip for our autism awareness. Our students are on the next slide, but they also participated in our Autism Awareness Day. So one ASD classroom came down and hosted an ice cream day with all of the students in the cafeteria as an inclusion event, and it was a big success. Our kids loved it. They got bracelets and ice cream, and it was just an all-around celebration in the cafeteria, and it was just a really nice inclusion event. So kudos to Ms. Jordan for organizing that for the whole school. We did Bring Your Child to Work Day, which was adorable because we had little kids coming in all the time saying hi to us. They got so excited to be there, and Mr. Taylor was so nice. He even allowed them to work in the esports room for a little bit, and they were real excited to come over and talk to us about it. That also happened for the 8th grade lock-in, so we had that on April 24th. That was the first of our big 8th grade activities. They stayed until I think 11 o'clock in the esports room. They had, of course, which is always a hit, and then they played games, danced, they had fun in open gym, and they had pizza and snacks, and it was a huge success where they're raising money for the rest of their activities for the remainder of the school year. And then these are some pictures. Those are our kids from our ASD class that were down there serving ice cream. Those are all the things that we handed out. And then these are just some pictures from the breakfast. And then I think the ones from the after-school activities. And those are Bring Our Children to Work Day. You may see them as staff children.
All right, moving over to the high school. We got some additional students to recognize for their personal achievements as part of the 5th annual Wayne County High School Art Exhibition via the Detroit Institute of Arts. Our very own Annalise Danner was selected to have her art piece displayed at the Guardian Building, which is that big, beautiful, red historic building about a block away from our plaza. And that is going to be beginning Tuesday, August 4th, and running through Tuesday, August 25th. Just took some practicing. Her piece is titled Roko Rakubi. Very proud of that. And also, Kamari Smith was a finalist at the Detroit Teen Truth Festival. The theme this year was mental health, myself. Kamari's submission was a 30-second film that shares perspectives on teens managing stress, anxiety, emotions, pressure, and more. And I provided the link so it'll be online if you'd like to go watch that. And then Axel did a great job of doing an overview of a very talented Malaya, who's a wonderful young lady and a pleasure to have at the high school. Congratulations again to her. And as part of the State Choir Festival, our high school tenor bass ensemble also received a great deal of praise from Dr. Matthew Abernathy, the director of the University of Michigan Men's Glee Club, for their attention to detail and authentic performances of 2 African-American spirituals. So congratulations to them. And as always, each year, we recognize our senior class top 10 academic performers. We've spent the last 4 years and many more working incredibly hard toward their academic goals. And you can see there, and you'll see them again on stage, their speeches May 27th as Clara Sadney. If you remember, her brother Avery was the valedictorian last year, so they have 2 back-to-back, which is incredible. Her GPA is insane as well, just like her brother's. And then Alexander Vasquez is going to be our salutatorian this year. So then the rest of the kids are pictured there, and congratulations to them and everyone else. We partnered with our friends at Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc. Their wonderful president, Linda Danridge, for hosting a senior prom dress giveaway. A couple weeks ago at the high school, they brought over 50 prom dresses and accessories and shoes, and the kids had a wonderful time. CBS was there also on site to do a nice feature story on the program, so thank you to them. They do great work with our young ladies. And then not making this because I wasn't sure to do it or not, one of our students, was actually Avery, who's one of our 13th year early college students, applied for Harvard. He made it all the way to the interview rounds with the team from Harvard. Unfortunately, they did not accept him, but he was accepted immediately following that interview at the University of Michigan in their honors program. So
Wow. Just to get that far.
I didn't have any pictures, but I'm a staff of 4. So there's a lot of times that I need help with things, random things that I just can't get done myself or within my staff. And there are always people around this district, including people in this room. But I definitely wanted to thank the people on this list, Marie Gaisley, Dory Reed, Terry Ariola, Amanda Marable, and Jackie Warren, because whenever I call them, they always come through and they fit so nicely that I don't feel bad about asking. So thank you to those wonderful ladies.
Okay. Attached in your packet is the upcoming calendar events. As I said at the last meeting, May is an incredibly busy month, so take a look down and see. We have several honors assemblies and awards ceremonies within all of our buildings. I think elementary usually falls in June, right? You do yours? Graduation, May 27th. So lots of good things coming up. Band concerts and choir concerts and the like. So take a look at that calendar events to see if there's something you might like to attend. And then I just have a couple more things. This morning I did meet with a paralegal from Miller Johnson to go over our policy manual and our administrative regulations. The last time it had been done was 2018. So there's been a lot of legislation that has been passed since that point. In fact, some of the things said, please make sure this is in by 2024, and please make sure this is in by 2022. They're in there now, so she is working on it. She'll have that back to me hopefully sometime this week. As soon as she can get it back to me, I will present it at a workshop, so we have time to go over it, and we can go over that night, and then you can take it home, obviously, and review it. You'll have an electronic copy and a hard copy, and then it can be voted on in one of our board meetings in June, but that should be all cleaned up now. And then the administrative team and I met with Scott Morrell from MASB on the 27th to do our implementation meeting for our strategic plan. So it was a very successful morning. We were able to outline our strategies for implementation of our goals over the next 3 years, get an outline together. So Scott is putting all of that together for us and will be back. I just reached out to him today because he's been out of town, but he will either be at the next workshop or one of the June meetings to present the strategic plan for you so that you can vote on the mission and vision and goals that are set in the district. And that is it.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Communications received by the board secretary. Mrs. Johnson is not here. Interim Chief Financial Officer Communications. Is there anything from Maria that we know?
No.
Okay. Executive Director of Human Resources and Labor Relations Communications. That would be you again.
It is. And I just have one very exciting thing. So as of April 29th, we do have 4 tentative agreements in our district. We were able to come up with tentative agreements for all 4 of our bargaining units. I do not have the details ready to give to you yet, as the members have not had their member meeting yet and been able to vote to ratify their contract. Once they do that, I am planning to bring the nuts and bolts of their contracts to you for the June 1st meeting. so that we can go over those things, and then you'll have an opportunity to review the contracts so that we can vote at the June 15th meeting to accept their contracts. But this is the first time in Redford Union's history that we've had a negotiated contract before May. I just want to say that. But no, I want to thank people in this room who were part of our negotiation team. Kim was on all 4 teams. Mike assisted with the teachers. Chris assisted with the educational assistants. Maria Gistinger was involved. And we had incredibly productive sessions for all of our groups. So I was really pleased at how well everybody worked together, and we were able to get things done that worked both for the district and on behalf of our employees. And that's all I have.
Awesome, thank you. Executive Director of Curriculum and Technology Communications, Mrs. Crenshaw.
We are nearing the end of our testing season. I think everyone in the room is probably breathing some sighs of relief as we close in on these last few weeks. I think those things have been going well. I looked at some data the other day, and there were very few scores in, but I was very excited about the few scores that I saw. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you all very good news after this testing session. I don't really have anything to update on the bond because I think they did a very nice job in my absence. I wasn't here to see, but I've heard they did a really good job of presenting to you guys, and there's been no new details since they met with you. So we'll wait for that vote later. That's all I have.
Thank you. Interim Executive Director, she's not an interim anymore. Executive Director.
You know what? Jackie asked me to proofread this, and Kim,
Me too.
and I did twice. So this
So
is
did
not
I.
on Jackie.
It comes
This
to me
is,
too, so I missed it too.
so actually, Jackie, I apologize for letting you down.
Executive Director of Student Services Communications, Mrs. Dillard.
I don't have anything tonight.
Awesome. All right, moving on, future workshop topics. As you can see, we have a lot of work ahead of us. Some of these are ongoing. Some of them are super exciting. And if, as usual, as per usual, if there's something not there that we need to try to squeeze in, let us know. All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented? Moved by Mr. Osowski. Is there support? Seconded by Mrs. Dean. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Action items, special consideration, non-consent agenda action items, unfinished business. My items previously introduced and tabled from the April 7th, 2026 regular board meeting. HIV curriculum approval. We need a motion to remove it from the table. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education take the HIV curriculum approval from the table? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes. Opposed? You guys are quiet tonight. Motion carries. Item 2, HIV curriculum approval. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of Chris Norton, Coordinator of Teaching and Learning, Kim Crenshaw, Executive Director of Curriculum Technology, and Judy Nachman, Interim Superintendent, approve the proposed HIV curriculum as presented? This curriculum aligns with the legal requirements of the state of Michigan.
And Jackie, do we need to postpone first?
I think you have to.
Because they can't.
Move it first, 1, 2,
Okay.
second, and then you say propose.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I have a motion from Mr. Osowski, correct? Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion?
To the chair.
Mr. Bailey?
So what are you doing?
I'm going to let Mrs. Nachman answer.
Yes. So, Mr. Bailey, if you'll recall, when we presented the HIV curriculum, we then tabled it because we needed to get more information, we needed some decisions, there was questions about the public hearing, we needed decisions made about whether we were doing abstinence, or what was the other one?
Abstinence only or abstinence-based?
Abstinence-based. So after doing some review, what I would like to propose tonight is that we postpone approving this curriculum. We'd like to propose that at the workshop, we provide the first public hearing for people to review the HIV curriculum and to have discussion on it that evening. And then at the June 1st meeting, have the second public hearing. And these have been placed, ads will be placed for these, so that we get the 2 public hearings in, and then the board can vote at the June 1st meeting on the HIV curriculum. So I'm just making a suggestion to the board to postpone voting on this curriculum this evening.
So why are we taking it off the table?
Well, and I'm still learning as I go, Mr. Bailey, so Ms. Warren will step in if she needs, but apparently we are only supposed to table something if a board member was missing and we couldn't vote on it that evening. So if everybody was here, but we just decided we weren't ready to vote, we needed more information, then we were supposed to postpone the vote. So we're removing it from the table, bringing it back on, and then postponing it. How did I do, Jackie?
Isn't
Jackie
that-
said I did good.
Essentially, that's the same thing, right?
So this is Robert's rules?
Jackie?
Yes.
Yes.
No, MASB.
It's
MASB.
MASB suggestion, okay.
Wait, say that again?
It's MASB's suggestion that it's done this way.
Based on what?
The fact that they're MASB and this is what they do, they advise school boards.
The fact that we shouldn't table if all the members were present and we just weren't ready to vote due to the fact we needed more information. We should postpone the vote, not table it. You would table it if a member wasn't here, so you wanted to make sure that member was included before taking any action and had the information. But that wasn't the case here. Everybody was here. The board just needed more information and needed more time to review the curriculum before they could vote. So it really should have been postponed, not tabled. So,
Our bylaws are based on Robert's rules. MASB is basing it on what?
Mr. Bailey, I can't answer that. This was just a recommendation made to me and it made sense. So, I mean, I am not a board member, so you guys can proceed in any way that you like. This was just what was recommended, and I thought it sounded reasonable to postpone the vote rather than table it. It's just a change in the word, so that we can have the 2 public hearings that are required and get community input if that is needed, and let community be able to listen to any discussion that might take place. Not asking for anything new, just to postpone voting it tonight. And that's not a decision I can make, that's just a recommendation, so I will turn it over to Ms. Pridemore.
And I will say, when I got the agenda, my feedback was we needed to be able to say which track we were going to take, abstinence only or abstinence-based, and that this motion does not include that. That's a decision that should be made after we hear public comment. I'm with the will of the board. If the will of the board is to wait until public comment, until we have 2 public hearings to make this decision, and then it can be all in one fell swoop. Either way, we're going to have to make a second decision in June on which approach we take. So something is coming to us at the June board meeting with regards to this. Personally, it would make more sense to do it all at one time, but I'm comfortable with what the will of this board is, to postpone this vote until June, if that's the will of the board.
The chair?
Mr. Bailey?
So there was a question at the last meeting in regards to what Risa was saying about public hearings. Now, when I looked it up, so you would think, right, something specially stated as a public hearing, that it would be given special publicity, special announcements, so that the public's aware of what's going on.
Correct.
Now, when I did this Google search, that's not the case. There's only certain things where law requires public hearings to have publication of notice, all these other things. So, to me, it looks like it's a method of trying to slip stuff through. Now, what I wanted to ask is, supposedly it was checked with RISA. What did RISA say?
May I speak to that? Because
Yeah.
I was the one that said that, and I misspoke. At one point, Jamie Ethorn had told me that a board meeting would be a public hearing. After we researched it more, Mr. Norton did some research, I did some research, we realized that we needed to post the public hearings. So those have been, ads have been placed. So we'll have the public meeting. We didn't want to rush it and do it this meeting. So the public hearing for everyone to come and see the stuff will be at the workshop. Then we'll have another one, because we have to have two, before the board, the regular board meeting in June. And then we would have you vote after hearing all of any community members that may come, have you vote after you've heard the input from the community. That was the decision that Chris and I thought seemed reasonable and followed all of the rules and regulations that we had found online.
So, for my own edification and for clarification on my part, is this public hearings, period, or public hearings in regards to HIV?
Correct. It's in regards to the actual lessons that we would teach around HIV.
Yeah. So if you,
So the public hearing is basically, they come in, they look at all the stuff, which we have done for other groups, but we're just being more organized now. Have them come in and look at the materials. We'll have them all out here an hour before the public session starts at 5:30. We have 15 minutes for people to come in and ask questions after they've reviewed the materials. So we're giving an hour for people to review materials, and then at the start of the 5:30 meeting will be the public hearing where they can ask questions. Then we'll move on to the regular meeting after that, and then the second meeting, then it would be on the agenda to vote.
So, thank you very much for that, but also for my own thinking, right?
Yes.
So, a public hearing for HIV is done this way. Is that, we're just doing this, or is that written somewhere?
That's what we found written on, I don't have the document with me, but I found it on the State of Michigan site.
So the sex education material has to have a public hearing every 2 years also.
but we're not talking about
So
sex
we would follow the
education.
same thing? Is it written out how to go about doing this? Or?
Do we personally have it written out? Is that what you're asking me? Do
No.
we as a district have it written out?
No. So public hearings, right?
yes,
Public hearing for the budget, public hearing for this, public hearing for that. I'm not seeing where it's standard under the state that if it says public hearing, this is what you do. What I'm asking is, did you guys run across where it said HIV, public hearing, this is what we need to do?
Yes, I found a document that has it in it. I can forward that to you after I find it again. I
So
don't have it with me
we
now.
would probably have the same thing for sex education since it's a requirement too.
Correct.
Right.
If,
I'd
Yes.
appreciate that copy, please.
sure.
So, again, you referenced we're trying to slip something in. We're not trying to slip something in because we're gonna hold 2 public hearings. And honestly, it's my recommendation that we postpone this. I will follow the will of the board, but I don't feel comfortable voting on a curriculum when we're gonna need a second vote anyway, without having the opportunity to hear from our community. That's kind of where I am. But nobody's trying to slide in. If we voted tonight without public hearing, I would be, and I was a parent and I found out, I would probably be offended. So that's just where I stand on this.
So all we're asking you all to do is consider just voting in June instead of in May. That's all we're asking tonight.
Do I need to roll call that? Yeah, we need a motion to postpone. Mr. Osowski.
I'll make a motion to postpone, June.
So Mr. Osowski has moved to postpone the vote till June regarding the HIV curriculum until June after public hearings have been held. Is there support? Seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to roll call vote this. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion carries to postpone till June.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me just get a note here. I know Jackie's probably getting it, but. All right, turn my page. All right, new business. This is matters initiated in the present meeting. Number 3, Stuckey demolition, McGowan baseball field renovation bid package, number 1 and 2, GMP number 1. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education, at the recommendation of the bond team, Kim Crenshaw, Executive Director of Curriculum Technology, and Judy Nachman, Interim Superintendent, approve the firms listed in the Crispin Company Award recommendation letter dated April 10th, 2026, for the contract award as the lowest possible bidder. This award recommendation includes the following: hard construction, $787,528, allowances, $90,000, general requirements, $342,043, GLI, $12,427, construction manager contingency. Wait. All right, GLI, $12,427, construction manager contingency, $42,440, construction manager fee, $40,953, bond amounts, $14,744, for a total amended bid package of $1,330,135. This project is within budget and will be funded from the 2025 bond program. The work is scheduled to start in May 2026 and will be substantially completed at the end of August 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion?
Chair.
Mr. Bailey?
So for clarification on my part, that fence at Stuckey that's there now, is it in this bid package?
We have budget included in this bid package to pay for that fence.
So,
It's in the 133 Yeah.
so this motion is pertinent to that fence that's right now at Stuckey, right?
Correct, yes.
They're connected.
Yeah.
So my question is, are those posts in cement
No, they're just driven posts.
to be removed later?
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, this requires a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski? Chair votes yes. Motion carries. Number 4, unlimited schools of choice for 2026-2027 school year. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education hereby authorizes Interim Superintendent Judy Nachman or her designees the authority to enroll an unlimited number of students for the 2026-2027 school year, with such students being only those students who are eligible for grades K through 8 pursuant to both Section 105 and Section 105C of the State Aid Act and in accordance with all other relevant statutory provisions. Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion?
Thank you, team.
Hearing none, this requires a roll call vote. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski? Chair votes yes. Motion carries. Item 5, limited school of choice for 2026-2027 school year. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education hereby authorizes interim superintendent Judy Nachman or her designees the authority to enroll a limited number of students for the 2026-2027 school year, with such students being only those who are eligible for grade 9 and 10 pursuant to both Section 105 and 105C of the state aid and in accordance with all other relevant statutory provisions. Grade 9, 10 students at Redford Union Junior High School. Grade 10, 10 students at Redford Union High School. Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Mrs. Dean. Ms. Miller. Mr. Osowski. Chair votes yes, motion carries. Number 6, Wayne Regional Educational Services, which is Wayne RESA, 2026-2027 General Fund Operating Budget Resolution. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education adopt the resolution supporting the proposed Wayne Regional Educational Service Agency 2026-2027 General Fund Operating Budget? Moved by Mr. Osowski. Is there support? Seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call. Mr. Bailey?
Yes.
Mrs. Dean?
Yes.
Ms. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Osowski?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion carries. Moving right along. Number 7, Redford Union Board of Education resolution to request Michigan Association of School Boards Legal Trust Fund aid. Can I get a motion that the Board of Education adopt the resolution to request Michigan Association of School Boards Legal Trust Fund aid? The purpose of the MASB Legal Trust Fund is to provide supportive aid to local and intermediate school districts in litigation of statewide significance. We cannot have discussion without a motion. Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. So this, I happen to serve on this committee, so I can speak to this. So in case you aren't familiar with what this is, MASB has a legal trust fund. They do a couple of things for school districts. One, they can write what's called an amicus curiae brief on our behalf when we have pending litigation that supports an outcome or supports, in our case, opinion that was given by a federal judge. So in our case, the federal judge dismissed the case. It is currently being appealed. MASB can, one, write us an amicus curiae brief saying that the federal judge's decision should be upheld and why it should be upheld. The other thing they can do is they have a fund where they can financially assist a district with the cost of defending themselves in such litigation. We have submitted a request for the amicus curiae brief, but it does require board action to get financial assistance from this. So that's what we're asking is for this board to approve a resolution to request financial assistance from MASB regarding our current litigation with Mr. Bailey. Is there any discussion? Hearing,
Chair.
Mr. Bailey.
Is there anything else besides this?
Clarify for me. Anything, what do you mean?
How are you going to submit this?
We will submit to MASB the approval of the resolution being passed, and we have already submitted the request for the amicus curiae brief. That is a document that you have to fill out that our attorney did on our behalf.
So
It's an
that's
application.
automatic thing on the behalf of the attorney? Or is that something that the board should approve?
The attorney reached out to MASB and asked if there was the potential for them to write a brief on our behalf. He then reached out to me and ask if we would like to move forward with that. And he also included, would we like to move forward with financial assistance? The financial assistance does require board action. The request for the amicus curiae brief did not require board action.
And this is Mr. Sutton?
No, it's our attorney that is handling the lawsuit that you have pending against your fellow board members and administrators in this district. It's at Mr. Baylock. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. Mr. Bailey?
Yeah, since I'm involved in this, I'm gonna abstain on it.
That's probably a good decision. I agree. Thank you. Mrs. Dean? Yes. Ms. Miller? Yes. Mr. Osowski?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion carries. And I will abstain. So what will happen is the Legal Trust Fund will meet via Zoom. We've already had email from Brad Vanasek, who heads that committee. There are some other districts who are asking for assistance too. Each case is reviewed with us. I will, of course, abstain from the vote regarding our district, as is the right thing to do. But the trust fund is made up of school board members, and we typically talk about how litigation can, if it's in our favor, how it helps us as boards, and if it's against us, how it hurts us as boards. An example of that was several years ago, there was a child fell through, there was a school district that had older bleachers in their football stadium, and the old bleachers have those big openings, right? A small child could fit through one of those openings in those old bleachers, right? Well, a child fell through and was hurt, and the parents sued, and they argued that the bleachers should have been brought up to code because it's a building. And so the argument that the district took was, it's not a building, right? It went all the way to the Michigan Supreme Court, and the Michigan Supreme Court ultimately ruled in favor of the district that it was not a building, and therefore they weren't violating code because it's bleachers and what is a building, right? And so that was, MASB wrote a brief based on what is a building. So that's an example of where they have helped. They also helped with that district that was tearing down a building and the community was upset, West Bloomfield or Kego Harbor, out that way. They helped with that. So we don't meet a lot, but just when a district reaches out and says we need help, that's when we come together. So, all right, we will keep you posted on the decision of the Legal Trust Fund. There were no items removed from the consent agenda. Call to the audience, public participation regarding non-agenda items. I hear none. I see none. Interim superintendent remarks. Mrs. Nachman?
Nothing.
Nothing. Board communication, Board of Education discussion. Mr. Osowski?
Nothing.
Ms. Miller? I don't have any. Mrs. Dean? Mr. Bailey?
To the chair.
Yes.
Wayne Metro, what's the status of Wayne Metro and the program that they had here?
They are leaving.
Yes. They notified us that due to low enrollment, they could no longer sustain the program. And so they are taking students and they are being placed in other programs.
So their program is gonna continue, but at another location?
Yes.
And how does that affect ours? Mr. Witt was saying that our child developments, career, whatever.
Yes, so our early college students who the plan was that they would work with our Head Start students. I have talked with Mr. Taylor, and he was going to reach out with Mrs. Birch because we think there are opportunities for our high school students interested in early childhood to work with our GSRP students at Hilbert and still get that preschool experience. They have a meeting set up next week with Risa on Tuesday.
So what did we get down to in terms of numbers?
I don't know because Head Start is not part of our district.
I could.
It's a separate program.
I can't speak to numbers, but I have a granddaughter who attends that program. And my daughter-in-law reached out to me and said, did you know this is happening? And I was like, no. And so then I came to Judy and I said, is there anything we can do to help them? Because they basically told their families there's some cost in, concerns. They don't have enough parent volunteers. They're really struggling right now. And so then I did ask Judy, and we have as a district offered to help them, which the decision basically, so then last week my daughter-in-law included me in a Zoom call that they had with their parents, and I asked them again, is there anything we can do? I feel like this program is important to the kids in Redford, and basically what they said was the decision was made by even their higher-ups that they were not going to renew this lease. I don't know that there's anything we could have done at a district, at the district level to help them to change their minds. People above them made the decision. I'm of two minds about it. It affects my grandkids. So, however, I will say I was extremely disappointed when my granddaughter, who is now 5 and will be entering kindergarten in the fall, she is essentially in their Great Start Reading Readiness program, and they did not hesitate to keep her as their student instead of directing an in-district student to our program. And I'm of two minds about them leaving, right? I believe the kids in Redford, because now they're gonna have to go to like Dearborn Heights. I think there's one in Dearborn Heights, Garden City, and like Westland. Families are gonna have to figure out something for their kids that are in that program. I feel like it's important for kids in our community to have this, but I do have a problem with the fact that they didn't automatically refer an in-district child to our Great Start Reading Readiness program because she would have been eligible for it. So,
To the chair.
Mr. Bailey
So when you talk about Dearborn Heights and whatever, so you're saying Wayne Metro
has locations.
has another location there,
Yeah,
right?
they have 3 other locations, and then there are other Head Start programs that aren't part of Wayne Metro, but they're obviously trying to retain their families. They are working with their families to get them placed in other programs in the area.
And you use the acronym GRSP?
Great,
GSRP.
GSRP, I probably said it wrong. Yeah,
Great Start Readiness Program, it's,
That state program?
for
Early
4-year-olds.
funding, And they start what, pre-kindergarten?
Yeah,
4
like
years old.
4, yeah,
And what, kindergarten's 5, right?
5 by December 1st. You can,
We
yeah,
also get a young 5s at Milford as well.
Thank you. So, can I go into something else also?
yes.
So, folks, you know better than I do, is SpongeBob popular among the kids?
Depends.
Not as much as it was, I don't think.
So, for greater than 3 years old, I got a
K-pop demon
box
hunters.
of 200 SpongeBob toys. You guys use them? Do you able to use them?
It'd be good for our ASD program, in all seriousness.
So it's up to you whether they can swallow it or not. They officially say 3 years old, so you can take a look at them, okay?
I think
So who
they're,
wants them?
Mr. Taylor wants them.
Which I can give to you.
Me and Katie,
Right.
Awesome.
Also, I've got, some extra, the certificates of achievement, 8 of them, that were in my back seat. Anybody be able to use them?
Mr. Banks can use them for awards, honors assembly.
Yes,
Ms.
So
Banks, do you
before
have-
you go, can you get them from me, please? No, yeah, do it
Thank
now.
oh, okay.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bailey. Mrs. Warren,
Just for clarification,
yes.
in prior meetings, it was said that we do not follow Robert's rules. So what is it? Do we follow them or do we not?
Our policy book says we follow Robert's rules. We very loosely follow Robert's rules. I think we don't often have a need to follow all of the little ins and outs of Robert rules. Like, when you get into Robert's rules, there's a motion, and then somebody can make an exception, and then you can get into a lot of, but as far as requiring a first and a second, and then discussion, those are part of Robert's rules.
Okay.
So, we do technically follow them. And if we were to have a whole bunch of debate, I'm sure we would have to go deeper, but we're fortunate to not have that. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, future meeting dates. All right, Tuesday, May 19th, public hearing, HIV curriculum, 5:30 to 5:45, here in the district meeting room with a board workshop immediately following the public hearing. Wednesday, May 27th, graduation at USA, or whatever they call it, hockey arena. I will tell you, what time, Mr. Taylor? Do you need us
That
there?
construction is horrible
Yes,
this year, so I tell the kids to be there by 5:30.
5:30 board, and plenty of room, because M14 is one lane to Beck Road, and that whole, and then like 275, you can't get onto M14 from 275, and I deal with it every day, and I said it makes me want to lose my sanctification and say some bad things to people. So plan either an alternate route or lots of time to set. Once you get like past it, you're good, but God help you if you do it during rush hour. Monday, June 1st, retirees reception, 5 to 5:30, and then a public budget hearing immediately following that, and then our regular board meeting where we will recognize our retirees. That will be immediately following the public budget hearing here in the district meeting room. Monday, June 15th, public hearing, HIV curriculum, 5:30 to 5:45 in the district meeting room, with a regular meeting regarding the budget recommendation immediately following that public hearing in the district meeting room. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Moved by Mr. Osowski, seconded by Ms. Miller. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say yes. Opposed? Nobody better say opposed. Motion carries. The time is 6:45 p.m. We are adjourned.